It's tough to find a player as talented as Scary Terry with so little attention towards him, but he's on the trip to stardom, and it's only a matter of time before people notice.
And goal for Ohio State. Haskins pulls it back and has a touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin.
Out of Indianapolis, Terry was a stellar talent growing up, and in 2013 he even won Indiana's Mr. Football Award. With such a great high school career behind him, Terry had some attention from some big names, but decided to choose Ohio State to not only stay near to home, but also be on one of the best schools in all of college football. Although he didn't do anything on offense as a freshman, Terry had 5 tackles and showed that he can produce pretty much anywhere with a fumble recovery. Anyways, as a sophomore, he was able to get some love with over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, but there was definitely still a long way to go. So as a junior, Terry bumped up his stats quite a bit, with this time over 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, but now was only left with one last season as a Buckeye. Terry's over 700 yards and 11 touchdowns was a solid end to a pretty decent career that got him some NFL interest.
My Washington Redskins select Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, Ohio State.
After a pretty run-in-the-mill college career at Ohio State, there wasn't many expectations for Terry to do anything special at Washington. I mean, if a receiver out of a big school like Ohio State isn't drafted in the first 2 rounds, then he probably isn't seen as anything above a mediocre pick. Anyways, Terry was able to reunite with his former college quarterback in Dwayne Haskins, who funny enough was selected in the same draft, and because of it, the two were able to carry on the Buckeye connection into Washington. After a solid preseason with the team, Terry was named a starter, and was on point from the get-go with over 125 yards and a touchdown against the Eagles. Following his performance against Philly, Terry had over 60 yards and a touchdown against Dallas, and then 70 and another touchdown against the Bears, where he was able to make history. Crazy enough, Terry was the first player in NFL history to record at least 5 catches and a touchdown in his first 3 career games. Following such a stellar start to his rookie year, Terry was on a hot streak and carried that throughout the season as he had over 900 yards and 7 touchdowns as he ended up on the PFWA rookie team. After such a solid rookie season, Terry was already doing his thing and just took it to another level in his second year. Once again, Terry wasted no time, and in week 8 against the Cardinals, he had over 120 yards and then followed it up with nearly 120 against the Ravens only a few weeks later. As a testament to his leadership and ability, following Landon Collins' season-ending injury, McLaurin was unanimously voted by his teammates to replace him as team captain. The fact that everyone agreed that Terry should be the leader of the team shows just how good a person he is, and his dedication in only a year and a half in the league. A few weeks after becoming team captain, against the New York Giants, he had over 110 yards and a touchdown as he was just rolling. All was going great until a high ankle sprain in week 15 against Seattle took him out of the rest of the game, and then the following week against Carolina. Even though he was able to come back in the wild card against Tampa, his 75 yards was just not enough as the team lost to the eventual Super Bowl champs. Not only did Washington have a decent year, in the NFC keep in mind, but Terry was also able to produce with over 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns in a great season for someone who was only decent in college. Upon that, it's important to keep in mind the quarterback situation in Washington, and then add on the fact that he was able to be consistent as he is in an offense that is not loaded with talent. If you look at the quarterbacks who played in 2020, it's practically an entire team on their own, with Dwayne Haskins, then Kyle Allen, then Alex Smith, back to Haskins, then Smith, and finally Heineke.
Dang! That's tough.
It's tough to imagine someone putting up the numbers that Terry is with 4 different quarterbacks in only a single year. The whole situation kind of reminds me of Larry Fitzgerald and the fact that 16 quarterbacks have thrown touchdowns to him. Not only that, but Terry's production and no-nonsense, hardworking play style is similar to Larry Legend, and I would say that's a pretty good path to follow. With 2 solid years under his belt, you would think that Terry would be put on a similar level to guys like DK and Amari Cooper, but Terry is seemingly ignored, which makes sense on a team like Washington who gets little press in the first place. Anyways, although he gets little attention currently, Terry has ridiculous potential with not only his play on the field, but his leadership and ability to unite locker rooms that make him just an overall solid team player. Not only that, but Terry has that Tyler Lockett quick play style where his production is off the charts on a team with a lot of good, but soon to be great talent. But likely, no matter what happens in Washington, Terry won't get the same attention as some of the star wide receivers that end up getting commercials or ads, because he's just a no-nonsense, hardworking dude that will likely always fly under the radar. I mean, maybe if he had a star quarterback like Tom Brady or Russell Wilson, then he might get some attention like a Chris Godwin type. But Terry is just one of those unsung heroes that will do whatever is needed to get to an elite level. Hopefully one day he could be at a place where he won't be ignored, but I guess you just never know. Scary Terry has a lot of potential to become one of the best wide receivers in a league packed with talent. It's just a matter of time.
Lofting one, he's got a man, it's McLaurin in stride, touchdown Washington!
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, it would be amazing if you could subscribe, like, and comment down below what videos you want next. But anyways, see you guys soon and peace out.